According to the latest Department of Health figures, dozens of teenage girls have had 3 abortions or more. 89 girls aged 17 or under who terminated a pregnancy last year had done so at least twice before. And across all ages, more than 1,000 women wanting an abortion had had 4 previously. Now, to get an abortion on the NHS, you generally have to be referred by your GP, or in some cases, referred by a nurse. So, taking all these new statistics into consideration, do you think that doctors should be given the power to refuse permission if somebody comes to them and they're having an abortion for the 3rd, 4th or 5th time?
I definitely think that doctors need to have a say in how we handle this situation because it is out of control. It's very difficult to put that onus on a doctor, I think, really. But I'm horrified at those statistics, absolutely horrified, and I do feel that something desperately needs to be done. I hate the kind of blasé attitude to these girls who've had, I mean, more than 4. I mean, some of the statistics, they've had 8 or 9. And it's just, for me, I'm sorry, but that's disgusting. You can make 1, possibly 2 mistakes. But as something as traumatic as an abortion, if you can't learn from that mistake, then there is something desperately
Especially when
wrong.
you're dealing with people who are so young, because you're not talking that many over a whole lifetime. It's within actually quite a short space of time. I mean, I see what you're saying. I mean, doctors are pretty much at the front line. They're the people that women would go to once they need an abortion. But I personally think that doctors are there for your health and not necessarily for your to give a sort of moral standpoint. And
well, that's the
problem.
Might not I don't think there's any morals there.
But I don't necessarily think it's the place of the doctor.
Be good for your health.
No.
But that's what I mean. They can maybe disagree from a health standpoint, but not from a moral standpoint. If they wanted to say, hang on a minute, you need to take a short, sharp look at how you're behaving.
Have no morals.
Yes, from a health point of view, but not from a moral point of view.
But the doctors are also working. They must be working from guidelines. You know, there must be must have been some diktat from government that says that. And this is, I'm so shocked by this, I really am. Girls between 12 and 16 can just get an abortion without even their parents knowing.
They are offered counselling, though, so if maybe they can't go to their parents, they are offered
but the counselling is a formality. It always has been. You know, that's just the rule. As long as you've had counselling, it's not counselling, it's like, do you want an abortion? Yes, here you go. You know, and I've had one. And what I can't understand about this is why anybody in their right mind, young or not, would be so mad as to put themselves through that as a kind of way of dealing with unwanted pregnancy. Now, there are so many ways to prevent unwanted pregnancies. Now, why would you get to a stage? How did we get to a stage where girls can just think that if they get pregnant, that's fine, just have another abortion? I think it's absolutely outrageous.
I think we're in a society now that accepts it, and I think that's where we've gone wrong.
We've come to a point. It is bizarre that we've actually come to this point in history. I can understand 25, 30 years ago, when we didn't have contraception, we didn't have anything like that. I can understand that. What on earth has gone wrong? What's happened? I don't know what the answer is, but it's like...
What happened to safe sex?
Yes, I mean, it looks like a badge of honour, you know, like an ASBO. Oh, well, I've had... How many have you had? Oh, I've had... What's happened to it? I don't understand. Where's the education gone? I thought we were teaching girls from a young age. I thought they were listening. Why would you not have contraception when it's free? Why would you not do any of that? What has happened to society that we now have this amount of girls?
Do you think it's actually gone the other way, Sherry, that perhaps there is too much information out there? So girls...
Well, I don't know.
Because, I mean, I think, definitely, teenage girls now know an awful lot more about sex than when I was growing up. When I was a teenager, it was kind of hush-hush. There was a wee bit of shame involved, you know. If there were girls that fumbled behind the bike shed, it was a bit, oh, look at her. Whereas now, they're told from, I mean, sex education from 8, 9, 10, what have you. Maybe we need to actually reel back rather than telling them.
But you know, you can't stop educating people. You can't stop telling people what there is out there because you know. And also, you've got to think of all the unwanted babies. If you stop the repeat, you know, you would have. We don't want, and we've got enough unwanted babies as it is. But what is the answer? Where has somebody gone wrong? You know, something's happened, hasn't it? We need to, you know what? We need to clear the desks and start again and say, let's look at this whole thing and see what has gone wrong.
Absolutely, and we'd be really interested to hear what you think on this tricky subject. So if you